Did Wicked for Good change me for the better? The long-year wait is finally over, and I actually got to see Wicked for Good. I had been hearing lots of rumors that, like Act 2 of the stage show, that Wicked Part 2 was a downgrade from the first. So did it disappoint, or was it just as magical as the first movie? Spoilers ahead. Wicked for Good takes place a few years after the events of the first movie. We start off with this sort of reprise of a lot of songs from the first movie as we see where all the characters are now. It was a clever way to kind of recap on the first movie and reintroduce us to these characters. And honestly, I was surprised by the music. I was hearing that it was nothing compared to the first movie's almost perfect soundtrack. And while it definitely isn't as good, there are some bangers in here like As Long As You're Mine and For Good and No Good Deed. Everything else is just alright. Even the new songs, which I was previously worried about, were pretty good. They felt necessary to keep the plot and pacing moving. One of the things that surprised me the most, though, was the darker tone. While the first movie had a sense of wonder and magic, and a message of being yourself even when other people don't like what they see on the outside, while For Good was a lot more mature, and was about other people seeing what they want to see no matter who tries to change their mind, which is a lot deeper but very real. Now, the mature tone also gives For Good some advantages. We get treated to some awesome action scenes, and it really helped the characters too. In Part 1, we really just get a basic idea of who these characters are and what their desires are, and so on. But in Part 2, everyone gets fleshed out way more. Elphaba, Bach, Fiyero, and especially Glinda, who got some really emotional scenes that Ariana Grande pulled off incredibly, which surprised me. Another complaint I had been hearing was that all the Wizard of Oz elements were very sloppily placed in the movie. And, well, I somewhat agree. When Wicked uses these story points to its advantage, it works really well. Like using the tornado that brings Dorothy to kill Nessa to lure in Elphaba, or the way they used Fiyero's castle. But then other parts of it felt underused. This whole section was extremely rushed though, while the rest of the movie is slower paced, so they should have used some extra time here, and it would have definitely enhanced the story. Like, why did Fiyero want to go with Dorothy to see the wizard, and why did he tell her he didn't have a brain? Or how did Dorothy find Bacchus the Tin Man? What was he doing out there? And the only reason anyone had for thinking water would melt Elphaba was just a rumor, so why did Glinda believe it? It just felt like a lot of this was added just to add it, when it could have been used well to enhance the story. But I have to say, I was very happy with the ending. After a beautiful rendition of For Good, Elphaba has to leave Glinda and fakes her own death, knowing she can never go back to Oz. So now everyone, including Glinda, thinking she's dead, and the wizard suddenly leaving, Glinda begins to create a better Oz for everyone, including the animals. She starts to learn to read the Grimoire and strives to actually be good and put others before herself, as Elphaba and Fiyero leave Oz together to start a new life. And the final shot of it all recreates that iconic Wicked poster. I really loved Wicked for Good. And while the first film was definitely better, together as one story, both of these movies were incredible. And I have to say, it was definitely worth the wait. But what do you think? What are your thoughts on Wicked for Good? Let me know in the comments.